In the early 2000s, I was in London taking a class, and I was in the back seat of a taxi late one night being driven back to the campus where I was studying, and the taxi driver said, detecting from my accent that I was not from London, the taxi driver said, assuming I was an American, said, "Why did you invade Iraq?" I was in seminary in Los Angeles when the Iraq invasion happened under George W. Bush. But he didn't say, why did George W. Bush send the troops into Iraq? He didn't ask about the Pentagon. He didn't ask about, he asked the guy in the back seat of the taxi late one night, me, why did you invade Iraq? And I thought, but I didn't. But inasmuch as I am part of a federal republic, and persons acting on my behalf, representatives, that doesn't mean I always personally agree with what my representatives do, granted, but they act on behalf of, so that we can say America invaded Iraq, and I, being an American, as it were, get federally caught up and implicated. So I can voice my personal opinions, good, bad, or indifferent about what the federal representatives do. But he understood that there was some solidaric bond. There was some solidaric connection that I had to the decisions carried out by the federal government, which were being carried out in my place and for me. Supposedly, when the federal government acts federally, they're acting on behalf of the interest of those they represent. Okay, you shake your heads. I'm painting an ideal picture for you here. Why did you invade Iraq? But I didn't. But federally, in some respect, I took his meaning. When Christ acts in obedience, death, and resurrection, he does not act because of a need that he has personally to obey. As a divine son, he's not under the law, but he's lawgiver. But as man, he subjects himself under the law, and as man, he becomes man so that he might represent me and do so in my place and for my sake. He acts as a public person, and I am, in that respect, representationally in Christ when he historically obeys, dies, and raises.